In a peaceful village, there lived a boy named Arjun. He was exceptionally intelligent and excelled in his studies, earning the admiration of his teachers and peers. However, Arjun had one major flaw. He didn't value time. Instead of focusing on productive activities, he spent most of his days playing with friends, glued to his phone, or engaging in meaningless conversations. His parents often tried to make him understand the importance of time, but Arjun would always brush it off, thinking, "I have plenty of time. I'll do everything later. Right now, I just want to enjoy life." One day, the annual exam results were announced. Arjun, who was once a top student, had scored far below expectations. His teachers, who used to praise him, now looked at him with disappointment. Even his friends began to distance themselves. When he reached home, he saw the sadness in his parents' eyes as they looked at his report card. He felt guilty but didn't know how to break his bad habits. That night, he decided to speak to his grandfather, the wisest elder in the village. Sitting beside him, Arjun said, "Grandpa, I don't understand. I have always been a good student, but this time I failed. Why?" His grandfather smiled gently and replied, "Son, your intelligence is not the problem. The real issue is that you have taken time for granted. Time is the most precious treasure. If used wisely, it will bring you success, but if wasted, it will pull you backward." Arjun, still confused, asked, "But Grandpa, time is always there, right? If I don't use it now, I can always use it later." His grandfather's expression turned serious. He said, "No, my child. Time is like the flowing water of a river. Once it flows past, it never returns. Let me tell you a story to help you understand." The story of King Vikram. Long ago, there was a mighty king named Vikram. He had everything: wealth, grand palaces, and countless servants. But Vikram had a terrible habit. He wasted his time on trivial matters. He would wake up late, spend hours entertaining himself with his friends, and postpone important tasks, always saying, "I'll do it tomorrow." One day, a wise sage visited his court. The sage said, "Your Majesty, you have everything, but you are wasting your most valuable treasure, time. If you don't use it wisely, one day you will regret it deeply." The king laughed and replied, "I have plenty of time. I can do whatever I want whenever I want." The sage warned him, "Do not take time lightly. Even the greatest of kings have fallen because they ignored its value." But Vikram paid no heed. Years passed, and slowly, his kingdom weakened. His soldiers lost battles, his people lost faith in him, and his health started to decline. By the time he realized his mistake, it was too late. Desperate, he searched for the sage to seek his wisdom, but the sage was nowhere to be found. The king regretted wasting his time, but time had already slipped away. His power and wealth could not save him. At the end of his life, he finally understood that time is the greatest treasure of all. Arjun's realization. Hearing this story, Arjun fell into deep thought. For the first time, he realized how much time he had wasted. He turned to his grandfather and asked, "Grandpa, is it too late for me to change? Can I still fix my life by using my time wisely?" His grandfather smiled warmly and said, "Of course, my son. The wheel of time never stops. If you start using your time wisely from today, nothing can stop you from achieving greatness. But remember, never postpone what you can do today." From that moment on, Arjun made a promise to himself. He created a daily routine, woke up early, focused on his studies, and avoided distractions. Slowly, he started seeing the results of his hard work. In the next exams, he topped his class. As years passed, Arjun became a successful businessman, inspiring everyone around him. His story became a lesson to many. That time is the key to success.